Welcome back to The Quiet Part Out Loud. I'm Nuvyn.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're tackling mentorship.
Yes.
And sometimes the challenges with mentorship and the focus on women just need more mentors. And I keep going back to two statements that resonate with me. One is that women are over-mentored and under-sponsored.
Mm-hmm.
And two is don't take advice from someone who's not actually been where you're going.
Yes.
And the third element, I guess, would be I am more of a fan of creating your own personal board of directors, right? Like we've talked about this before, but you wouldn't take, legal advice from your mechanic or car advice from your doctor. Like there are people in your life that you go to for advice, perspective, insight to help kind of form next steps. But what I sense happening is people just wanting a mentor that they can ask questions of without also a clear articulation of like, what is your journey?
I also think the bottleneck I see with mentorship is the lack of working to develop that relationship because it is a relationship. And so many people are just, I need a mentor because I need to get from X to Y or from Y to Z, right? I need to accomplish this goal and having a mentor will help me with that.
Right.
And instead, to your point about a board of directors, building those relationships with the people who either have the skills that you want to absorb or have been in a position where you are aspiring to, that to me is a better form of mentorship, is to have these kind of ongoing relationships with people.
And people often ask someone to be their mentor without actually knowing much about their leadership style, their communication style, work style, their perspective on a variety of different issues or how they would handle different challenges in the workplace. So if this is the person you are counting on to give you that advice, you need to really trust them. You need to have that relationship. I'm surprised sometimes someone will send me a message on LinkedIn. It's like, I'm looking for a mentor. I'm like, we're not even connected on LinkedIn. Or can you go for coffee? Like about what?
Yeah.
What is it that you want to talk about?
Oh, we could have a whole episode on can I pick your brain?
Right. I'd love to ask for your advice on something.
Yeah.
And the other area of feedback and mentorship or guidance would be this other tranche, which I would put in like the executive coaching area. And a lot of companies hire executive coaches for their leadership team. And I think that we need to do some strong due diligence on the perspective and the advice that those leadership coaches are giving your team members.
I very much agree with that statement. I think that career path is very dysregulated, and the role of an executive or a leadership coach, I do think has value, but if it's from somebody who has not experienced leadership or not at the level that they are operating at, the value isn't there. It's not, you've now gone through maybe training to be a leadership coach, but to actually have been there and been in those shoes and said, okay, I know what you're going through. And this is, let's work through it. That to me is more of an advisor. Like let's work with an advisor. The whole coaching industry has kind of opened up Pandora's box for all sorts of things to be going on. So
I remember one leadership coach that I had in a role where this leadership coach was hired to coach every person on the leadership team. So we had one person coaching us all, regardless of whether we really connected with them. But at that time, I was, a young leader on the team. And I remember aspects of their advice revolved now around, now I probably would have lost it. I would have, because some of that advice was, well, you should really think about how you're doing your hair. If you as a young leader want to be taken seriously, you should have a more mature haircut, meaning you should cut your hair short. And I don't know, put it in rollers. Like, I feel like I'm ready for like the Golden Girls.
A little bullet perm.
Right? Or saying, well, maybe you shouldn't wear such high heels. Like, do loafers or flats, like as a way to, if you want to fit in to what someone's interpretation of like what a mature leader looks like, then it's about me changing my hair and not wearing heels. I feel like now I would have had more confidence to push back. I'm trying to keep this like PG because I know I swear a lot on this podcast sometimes. But I was not confident enough in my own leadership style to actually say, really, is that the advice and perspective you're going to give me as my executive coach? I mean, I didn't cut my hair and I didn't stop wearing heels, but
I have to say, I actually received the exact same feedback.
Did
it was
you?
not from an executive coach. It was from a leader, but feedback on you need to, you as an I need to control the way that people perceive me, which I have no control over. And all of the feedback was on my appearance. That, you know, I was dressed too well. People are intimidated by me, all of these things. And again, I was in my 20s and I was just kind of like, oh, okay. And now,
right? You wouldn't
I would have had a very different response. And I think that I have now learned, you know, with feedback, you take what works and you leave the rest, right? But at that age, you're like, you know, I work very hard on my appearance. I show up very professionally. And now I'm being told that that is the wrong way to do it. And I'm intimidating. It's really, yeah.
All these mixed messages, particularly as women, right? What happened to dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have? Remember that advice? So I know that there are positive experiences with mentorship, and I have those people in my life as well. But there has been this influx in outreach of like, I need a mentor. And be cautious about taking advice and perspective from that one person.
Yeah. And I think if there's like a nugget of advice to summarize this, it's like the nugget of advice is build relationships. Don't ask for mentors. Don't search out sponsors. Like, if you do the work, you will get a sponsor. If you build the relationships, you will get mentors. That's what it's all about.
I think being purposeful in what you want out of that relationship too, right?
Yes.
So particularly when it comes to sponsorship, if you're not asking the question of, I am interested in this role, can you advocate on my behalf? Can you put in a good word? I would appreciate your feedback on whether I would be a good candidate for that position. You also have to know where you're going to ask for the right advice.
Yes, know yourself.
Yeah.
Know yourself and what you want. And do you want what that person has to offer?
Yeah. Lots of ongoing dialogue. Thanks so much for joining us on another episode of The Quiet Part Out Loud. The Quiet Part Out Loud is produced by Access Connects and brought to you by, oh wait, is there a sponsorship opportunity there? Learn more at accessconnects.com.